Billie Eilish. Every producer, every musician, everybody in the industry, everybody has an opinion on Billie Eilish. It's come to my attention that people do not believe she is an indie goddess. Is a topic that's heavily criticized in the indie world because Billie Eilish and Phineas Eilish have this tendency to rewrite their origin story and make it sound very like bedroom to fame. No, look, full disclosure, I don't care about any of this. And that's kind of why I'm making the video. I wrote an article about this too on my website. Having some financial problems. I don't know if the website's still up. But look, it should be obvious to everybody watching that Billie Eilish's origin story was not as Hollywood would like you to think it is. Started recording with her brother in her bedroom, rose to the top. Just like some fluke, like, you know, somebody discovered her online. That doesn't happen, okay? Now, people think still that the music industry is based on, like, getting discovered, you know? Somebody sees you, somebody watches you play live in your little hometown, somewhere in Kansas, comes up after the show.
Here's my card.
We're gonna fly out to Hollywood.
You'll be rich.
It doesn't happen. And yes, the truth is that Billie Eilish and Phineas Eilish, whatever, Connor, that they're like Los Angelites who had wealthy parents who bought their way into the thing. Billie Eilish was a sold package thing, like artist from a young age. They got her like singing lessons, dancing, they got her a modeling contract. She was an actress. We'll get to that. I want to also say I like Billie Eilish. I was skeptical. I thought that the industry was rolling her out as like a Melanie Martinez 2.0 to cater to like the TikTok girls, the e-girls, all the lugs. I was wrong. I wasn't really wrong about that, but I like her stuff, man. She's very talented, and a lot of pop stars are not talented insofar as like, I mean, they sing better than me. Like Katy Perry sings better than me, but does she really possess anything? Point being, I was wrong about Billie Eilish from the start. She's great. I like her music a lot. That aside, her origin story, where'd she come from? Where's she been? What's she doing? All right. First of all, daughter of two wealthy Californian parents. Just the way it is. They're both big-time Hollywood people. They're not Harvey Weinstein. They're not like George Clooney. They're not at a crazy level. Her mom's a songwriter, screenwriter, actress, musician. The dad was in like Iron Man or some superhero beta movies or something. Worked on them. Got her a contract with stuff, got her publicists, whatever. Went to like Epiphone, or where did she go? Went to Interscope right off the bat.
A little bit suspicious.
Rapidly started topping the charts. That doesn't happen if you're just making GarageBand demos in your room with your brother. I don't think that the level of deception here is that crazy. Hollywood lies. That's what it does. The music industry is just fake. 4-year-olds know this. This is not news. Right off the bat, Apple commercials, TV stuff, festivals. None of that bothers me. There are so many elements of this story that are true. I don't see a very like conscious effort to try to deceive the public and like lie to people about stuff. I see similarities with the Lana Del Rey stuff from years ago where they, the toxic indie community, which I just made a video about right here, tries to like take everybody down and like bash people for inauthenticity. Lana Del Rey, if you're gonna bash people, if you're gonna bash pop stars and like Hollywood celebrities, she's not the right person to go after. She's not a good example. Lana Del Rey, another artist that I really like, a lot more than Billie Eilish. People have a problem with her in the indie world because she like changed her alias or something. She was like Missy T or some like southern sounding name, and then she went to Lana Del Rey, and it's like, I'm Polar Island Parkway. That's not my birth name, believe it or not. And these people are more performers than artists anyways. They're cultural like icons. Why would they have their why do you have to go by your birth name? Anyways, the only part that bothers me about any of this, and it doesn't even really bother me, but it is unsettling to see somebody like Phineas,
Irish last name,
hailed as some kind of great producer, and he is really good. But he gets, I think, unnecessarily credited with his sister's success. What you're hearing on the radio is not was not mastered and mixed and even recorded in a 16-year-old girl's bedroom. It was not done by this dude. Like, it's the top people in North America worked on her records or her songs. And you know, anything that's been topping the charts is not an indie song. And the indie community has this obsession with control, which is why I gravitate towards indie music. But they're also just, they suck, dude.
They're so mean.
Which I love. I think that if you're gonna pick on people, go for the big targets, and not only that, go for like e-girls, that whole culture. It just doesn't make sense that, because she's not got this like indie queen status. So why even bother focusing on that? The fact is, she just hit billion. She just hit 15 billion on Spotify. Nobody's done that, and it's gonna keep going up. And of course, there are problems with the way that we measure success in America, because the fact is, like, the top of the chart stuff is not what is being listened to most, right? But it's fair to say that Billie Eilish literally has billions of presumably organic streams. People love her music, and it's everywhere. And that doesn't make it good, but she happens to be good, I think. So it doesn't matter if she's an industry plant. It doesn't matter if she's reading scripts and whatever, being pushed to promote like progressive politics and whatever. People complain about Billie Eilish and hold her to this weird level where people get so let down by decisions made by corporations. Like the new thing this week, I don't keep up with any of this, don't worry, but I guess the new thing this week is like people are like mad at her for having a boyfriend, and the reason they're not mad that he's like 30 and she's young. They're mad that it's a male. Everybody wants these stars and these celebrities to be something in particular, which is why I don't like politics or anything in pop culture. I think that it doesn't really belong in mainstream stuff, but it's there, and I'm not going to go into, you know, why WAP is out there for kids to watch on YouTube, but other stuff is not available or is age restricted based on weird reasons. The point is, Billie Eilish is an easy target, and I don't understand why, because she is not a good representation of everything that people think is wrong with the music industry, I think. And I think that she fits into this category of pop artists that really just kind of prove how broken the whole thing is. Take Lorde, for example, right? Lorde comes out years ago. I don't know if she's alive anymore. She releases Royals at a time where stadium pop anthem type songs are topping the charts, where it's all Katy Perry stuff. Whatever, Taylor Swift, like just powered, like I'm an empowered, you know? Lorde came along and did this really minimalistic type pop song it just killed, right? I think Billie Eilish is the same kind of thing. It's not, and it's instrumentally too, right? It's not just the not screaming at the top of your lungs and whatever. But I think, yeah, to lump Billie Eilish in with like Ariana Grande and stuff, it's just weird and just ignorant. But yeah, you don't have to like her. I totally understand if people don't like her. I don't think you're wrong to not like Billie Eilish. I think she does bring a lot to the culture that is positive. Look, here's the thing, okay? Yes, there is inauthenticity about these people's origin story and their background. I see articles saying like they were a poor family, and the point is, who cares? Hollywood is inauthentic. The music industry is inauthentic. And I don't mean pop music, I mean the music industry, everything that you see. And I would argue that a lot of the inauthenticity that you see with pop music and you know, the construction of these like characters, it translates the exact same with it, like indie music and like anything. I mean, it's all the same, right? And it comes down to like performance versus art at the end of the day, and that's a big topic that I'll make a thing on someday. I'll make a video on it, but it's just some people are performers, some people are artists, some people are both. Billie Eilish is, I think both, but I think that she can be classified as an artist pretty easily. She's not following the same formula as other pop stars and other musicians. She's not really capitalizing on stuff in the way that other people before her have done, or that she's probably being pushed to do. I have no idea. They don't tell me. I don't know anything. She could be doing a lot more than she is right now. And whatever, she has done things that are inauthentic, that are capitalizing on whatever. Like she spoke at the DNC or something. But I think that in general, she doesn't represent movements in the way that others do. She doesn't follow the same formulas. She brings new things to the table. She's not like pushed on a group of people like Melanie Martinez was. There's these type of, of course, she's the most popular star in the world right now. Of course, a huge percentage of her fan base is
I'm 14 and this is Steve.
Like young TikTok girls, whatever, right? But I think the fact that she is so different from, in the context of pop music, she's so different from everybody else, and she's more accessible and people like her more. I think she doesn't represent a big problem with the music industry. I think maybe aspects of her career do, but overall I think she's much like Lana Del Rey, proving that people are more intelligent and more willing to accept artistic things, like more so than we're told we are. I don't know. I truly believe that there is honesty and originality in her work, and you're not going to find this type of like beautiful poetry in her lyrics. You're not going to find crazy like musical ability in her songs or whatever, but people should just take things as they are, right? This is just a pop star. She just makes music. She's just in the public eye right now. She doesn't have to be this big like figurehead. I don't know that word. She doesn't have to represent anything other than what she is representing, and it is very unsettling seeing people obsess over a young girl like this, or anybody, any artist, any pop star. It's a weird concept. But at the end of the day, when she was younger, Phineas may have pressed R on GarageBand for her or whatever. But what you're hearing is not some kind of example of a bedroom pop thing. Billie Eilish is not indie. I can't believe we have to have this conversation. Anyways, those are my very ignorant thoughts. I don't know anything. I have not researched anything. I glanced at a Wikipedia article 6 months ago. So if I'm wrong, let me know. Dislike this video, report this content, send hate mail. I can handle it. But yeah, one of the main points I was trying to make was, if you're a producer or something, I mean, there's no point in like attacking these people. And expecting things from artists is just, it's not something that's going to pay off. It's the equivalent of like staring into a bright light and then getting mad when your eyes get burned. And don't think that things are going to be like this forever. I personally foresee Billie Eilish letting us all down and, slipping into these traps that I just explained she was avoiding with stealth. We know, okay? We know that it's weird that Phineas is holding like all these Grammys and stuff. When has the music industry been fair? Why are you making music independently if you don't think that there are problems with the music industry? It is what it is. I gotta go.